stay a while and listen.
What is going on, guys? Xtimus here. So today I'm going to be showing you the Bowmancer build. So this is a build that me and Shadow of Cubic Games, big shout out to Shadow, he helps run the Open Battle.net game that I'm always on Diablo 2. So a big shout out to Shadow for helping me make this build, and we really came up with something genius here. I think Shadow really got into it with the brand rune word, using the bone spear and then using the synergies for bone spear to kind of make a Bowmancer here. So I'm going to go into the details about this build. We'll go over the items, skills, attributes first, and then we'll get into some gameplay and break this build down a little bit for you guys so you have a good understanding of how it all works. So the first thing we're going to get into is the items. So the biggest thing is the weapon. We're using brand. So with brand, you get a level 100% chance to cast level 18 bone spear on striking. So the thing is, with this bone spear, it gets more damage on that striking bone spear with the synergies that you put points into. So we're using the brand rune word, treachery, Andariel's, Mara's is for more synergy skills. He put bone weave boots on there. I probably would have went with the Mortal King just so I can run a little bit faster, but Marrow walks work. And then Bolcathos, double Bolcathos, the Nos coil belt, and then some crafted gloves right here. And then we probably would have went with some poison and bone skillers, but it's not going to make or break the build. And then we got the Annie and the torch. I got Enigma and a wood spike just so I could teleport around. And on Switch we got a Call to Arms and a lidless wall. Now this is another thing we got into is with the items, is with the mercenary. Shadow decided to use Infinity. I thought maybe we should have used Faith at first, but you know, we really just he really decided on using the Conviction Aura to get that negative defense on there, and overall it just seems like it does more damage. And yeah, I mean, it works out pretty well, and that was kind of something that he suggested that we went with instead of using Faith or using Pride. So, and then he's just using, you know, typical mercenary stuff, you know, Vampire Gaze and Fortitude. So we'll get into the skills with you guys. So we put 20 points in the Bone Spirit, 20 Bone Prison, 20 Bone Wall, and 20 Teeth, and that is to help out the synergies. Like I said, that's to help out the synergies for Bone Spear that is on the brand. So then this is kind of like a Bowmancer Summoner hybrid. So we put 1 point in amplified damage. I'm pretty sure that's 20 points in the Skeleton Mastery, 1 point in the Summon Resist, and then the rest of the points into Raise Skeleton. So that is about it about how the build, how the items and the skills work. As far as the attributes go, I'm pretty sure we just use enough dex and strength to use our items, and the rest of the points into vitality. So what we're going to do is we're going to get into this build real quick, and basically what I do is I just cast amplified damage. I'll usually throw up a bone wall, get my summons up, and also use corpse explosion. So we'll just set the players to 1 for right now. I think it's set to 1. And we'll just get a few summons here, and then we'll go into the Frigid Highlands as usual, and to see how well the build works. It was definitely really weird trying to play this build at first. I mean, you're playing a Bowmancer, you know, trying to use all the different necromancer spells, and you're being a summoner and using a bow, but you get used to it. All right. There we go. So as you guys can see, I mean, the damage is really high. The mercenary was doing a lot of damage there. But I really just kind of, you know, try to stay back and let my summons and let my mercenary do the tanking. Also, for the mercenary, guys, this is something I usually forget. The mercenary is using the might aura. So I believe that is I think that's a nightmare mercenary. I can't really remember. But you got to get the mercenary with the might aura, so that just kind of helps out with the damage and the summon damages a little bit. Alright. Alright, so what we'll do now is we'll go into a higher difficulty game and see how well the build works that way. Now with 8 players, now I'm not saying that this is like, you know, you're going to blow through monsters like a lightning sorceress or a hammered in. These builds are mainly meant for fun. You know, they're not necessarily meant to, you know, just do chaos runs, do chaos and bail runs in 3 minutes. So, accidentally kind of left the game there. But yeah, I mean, these builds are kind of just for fun. You know, it's nothing too crazy and, you know, nothing too serious. You know, I mean, the build is effective, but it's fun to just kind of do something different every now and then, you know, and just branch out from the typical cookie cutter builds in Diablo 2. So I'm gonna go and get my summons. And we'll do some Frigid Highlands and show you guys how well the build works in 8 players. Alright, let's head back to the Frigid Highlands. And also, Shadow got an Ohm rune while he was testing this build on single player, and he just put it on there just for kicks, you know. It's just like, man, dude, like that just kind of sucks he didn't get it on, you know, BattleNet. You know, that would have been pretty cool. Alright, so now we got the players set to 8 here. I'm gonna show you guys what the damage is like with 8 players. Do some corpse explosions there. Yeah, you're done. It's definitely a really fun build to play. I mean, I could see myself getting all this gear together and, you know, doing this on normal BattleNet. I mean, brand is pretty expensive for the jaw and the low, but also with the infinity, it's a fun build though. You know, I really enjoy playing different builds like this, and you know, it's one of the reasons why I continue to play Diablo 2 is because there's just so many things you can come up with and so many different things that you could do. You know, it's just it's endless fun. There you have it. I mean, a Bowmancer. I mean, going through 8-player games. I mean, that is just insane to me. I mean, when I wanted to do a bow necromancer, and I thought maybe I could do like a poison build or something like that, which I'll probably try out. But you know, I wanted to do a bow necromancer, and Shadow was just like, you know, giving me ideas, and you know, it's like, dude, that is just genius. To, you know, it's sort of like the enchant sorceress. You know how you put points into the synergies and stuff like that to get extra damage, and it's just you know, it's really cool, man, to kind of think up builds like this and go along with it and see what you get out of it. It's just a lot of fun to play stuff like this. I love doing stuff like this, and it's awesome. So big shout out to Shadow for helping me out with this build, and you know, just creating something pretty awesome in Diablo 2. So that's about it, guys, for this video. You know, make sure you guys subscribe if you want to keep up with Diablo 2 content. Links for all my, you know, Patreon, merchandise, all that good stuff is in the description below. So I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys on my next video.